Very much, Brendan. They're about to move in now for the Casterton Cup. Very even field. I thought Proud Poet could be the one and give Alan Peterson a winning double. He rode the previous winner on Raffin Times. Last start ran second behind Brickland's Tolly, one of its opponents today at Warwick Nabil. Bolwarra is definitely the danger, trained by the top man Gambia trainer Michael O'Leary. The important thing, Bolwarra's had 3 starts on the track for 2 wins. One that's down in the weights is the bottom weight. Number 13, Artistic Road, looked particularly well in the yard. Former top New South Wales apprentice now with Jack Barling here in Victoria. Nigel Seymour rides. Number 13, Artistic Rose. And our Harvest Time, a last start Panola winner, put in to run third, won the Panola Cup there. So I like 5, 2, 13 and 9. A lot of interest in the top weight from Tasmania. Charlie Goggin, of course, now has a Victorian base at Geelong. But the important thing is stable jockey in Tasmania, Stephen Maskill, has come across to ride. But it is coming back from 3,200 and 2,400 metre races back to 2,000. 5, 2, 13 and 9. They're moving up now for the Albion Hotel Motel Casterton Cup.
And Charlie Goggin, one of Tassie's leading trainers, does a wonderful job, and you won't get much better rider coming from across on the Apple Isle than Stephen Maskill. And to our Tassie viewers this afternoon, we hope you're backing plenty of winners. Dancing Cossack leads the Tassie Hopes in the Casterton Cup. The race is due in about a minute. Confirming placings at Ipswich, 9, 11 and 3. Quinella 29.20, trifecta 246.30, Error of Success 445, 185, 425, Kingston Banner, Vitify $1.35. This is the big race from Casterton. Let's join up with Brian Blackmore.
G'day now ready. Previous race going to Raffin Times. Good crowd here, as you can probably hear in the background. Very good crowd. The meeting, of course, continues on Sunday. It's a full TAB. In beautiful sunshine now as the last couple move up. Now Mr. Zig coming in. Check the Coast, the Local and Proud Poet. The last 2 to come up. Bolwarra the favourite on Super Tab at 5.50. And that's value. He's shorter than that, much shorter than that on track. There's been very good support for him. Now they're set. Ready. Racing in the cup now. And out wide, Check the Coast away quickly. Chaddock began well with Proud Poet in the centre. Quatragambi, Proud Son and its stablemate, Our Harvest Time together as they run down the straight to the judge. Bolwarra getting across, looking for a posse from Artistic Rose. And last of all, as they settle, is Vignoble. It's Percolator taking the lead and Check the Coast moving up on the outside to head it at the judge with a round to go. Mr. Zig getting to third but trapped out 3 deep from Chaddock, and on the inside, Proud Son. A length further back, Our Harvest Time, then the grey Dancing Cossack, who's now out 3 and 4 deep, followed by Proud Poet, the centre, Bolwarra the rails. A length to Brickland's Tolly, Quatragambi, then Artistic Rose and 2.5 Vignoble. 1,300 to travel as they work towards the back. And here on the outside, Check the Coast, a narrow leader in front of Percolator. They are out 2.5 in front of Mr. Zig. The pace is good. A length and a half, Proud Son, 3 parts, Chaddock, 2.5, Our Harvest Time. 2 to Bolwarra on the inside there of Dancing Cossack. 2 to Proud Poet on the outside, 3 parts away to Brickland's Tolly. Third last, Quatragambi, Artistic Rose and Vignoble is last of all. 900 metres out, Check the Coast and Percolator. A length and a half in front of Mr. Zig, and on the inside, Proud Son, then Chaddock. Our Harvest Time coming out 3 deep. Bolwarra getting away from the rails. Dancing Cossack given a flick with the whip on the inside. Proud Son from Brickland's Tolly. Well back, Quatragambi, Artistic Rose, and still last of all is Vignoble to the 600 metre mark. And these two are hammer and tongs at each other. Check the Coast and Percolator. Mr. Zig makes his run out 3 deep. Then Proud Son waiting for the run. It goes okay. The stablemate moving up to join at Our Harvest Time from Chaddock. Bolwarra niggle that coming out 4 deep from Proud Poet. And further back, Artistic Rose as they corner. They fan here, Percolator, Check the Coast. Proud Son's got the run on the outside, Mr. Zig. And further out, Chaddock. Bolwarra the widest runner at Our Harvest Time. They're across the track, Mr. Zig. Chaddock on the outside, Bolwarra deep out. Chaddock took the lead with 100 metres left to go. Starts to come away now. Quatragambi and Artistic Rose late, but Chaddock showed that run at Warrnambool was no fluke, and Chaddock wins the cup by 2 lengths to Artistic Rose. Third, Quatragambi. Fourth in, Mr. Zig, then Bolwarra, who didn't come on from Our Harvest Time. Brickland's Tolly, Proud Son, Check the Coast. Well back then, Proud Poet, Vignoble, Dancing Cossack, and Percolator has run last. Chaddock, number 8. Claire Lindop. We're giving Claire a biggest win. Number 8, Chaddock. Getting home here for Claire Lindop after that narrow defeat at Warrnambool in the open handicap on the first day behind In Top Flight. The horse was in front until a half a bound from home and was nosed out there. That has proven today that That run was no fluke. It's its 5th try here at Casterton for its first placing, Chaddock, and is going to return around about on Super Tab around $23. By Delgado out of Careless Talk, a commoner mare raced by LK and IK McLeod. LK McLeod and Hamilton, the trainer. Claire Lindop, the rider. Second placing going to number 13, and that is Artistic Rose, coming from second last. Nigel Seymour by Oregon out of Ripples. Jack Barling. And third into Quatregambi, the old stager. Number 6 by Sir Dapper from Roseate. Therese Payne, the rider of Quatregambi. Numbers 8, 13 and 6. I'll tell you one thing, I did open my margins.
2 lengths by a length.
2 by 1.
203.9.
203.9. Thanks, Noel. I did open my mouth there before when I mentioned about Artistic Rose. It makes a case here for Guachi, who was beaten by a long neck at Donald. Well, Guachi's in a Class 1 handicap, and Artistic Rose has just run second in the Open Cup. Hope it works out like that. 2 lengths a length. 2 lengths a length, 203.9, which is 2.1 outside Double Gin's track record. 2 by 1, 203.9. Some disappointments there, including the favourite Bolwarra and also Proud Poet. Dividends, 23.50 and 6.60 for the winner, Chathawk. 4.90 second, 6.60 third. 23.50, 6.60, 4.90 and 6.60. Quinella, $202.30, 202.30. The Exacta, $373 even, 373 even. Now the trifecta pays $8,934.60, 8,934.60. Did it twice, Mick, did you? And the running double on 5 and 8 is a dividend of $294.90, $294.90 for the running double. Okay, let's go to Robbie.
Okay, before we go to Robbie, we'll be heading back to Tamworth.
He'll Pay the Kings as he now comes up. He's been a great horse, Pay the Kings, for his connections. And he moves in and they're set. Ready to go now. All clear there. Racing in the Muntham. And they've jumped in a good line. Now Deep Unity away quickly. Pay the Kings began smartly nearer the inside. Adriana, Mr. Hooker working up with Bless the Best. On the outside, Street Party, Kingston Hero back with Superior Sam. On the inside, Keep the Bacon. Well back, Mondillaby and Deeming as they worked off the back. And last of all is Just for Adventure, who's caught out 3 deep. Unity in front as they work to the 700. A length in front of Bless the Best. Third, Pay the Kings, Willing Prince. Mr. Hooker and then Adriana. The outside, Kingston Hero. Deep is Superior Sam. Another length, the Fates Horizon, trapped out 4 deep around the outside of Deeming. In that bunch, Keep the Bacon. Got to check there. Drop back past on the outside by Street Party. Mondillaby is back at the tail of the field with Just for Adventure. They jam up on the turn. Unity in front on the Muntham by a length. Mr. Hooker. Willing Prince. Here's Fates Horizon deep coming around them. Keep the Bacon tracking wider out and further back. Then comes Superior Sam. Willing Prince and then Pay the Kings and Kingston Hero. Unity gave them the slip day down by the 250 from Mr. Hooker. Out deep, Keep the Bacon. Fates Horizon, Just for Adventure. Willing Prince running on. Unity in front though is well clear with 50 metres to go. Keep the Bacon getting home late, but Unity's going to lead all the way. Unity bolts in. Actually, he's down on the line by 2 lengths to Keep the Bacon. Third placing going to Mr. Hooker, then Just for Adventure, Fates Horizon, Kingston Hero. Mondillaby never gave a yelp from Street Party, Willing Prince. Then came Adriana, Superior Sam, Pay the Kings, and last in Deeming.
Nigel Seymour, the winning rider, $16.10 and $4, $1.70 for Keep the Bacon, which started favourite, and Mr. Hooker in third spot. The big race from Tamworth, Sweet Consort, all the rage at $3. $7.10, Lucky to Be. Northern Emperor was in boom form last winter in Brisbane. He's a $27 chance, so some overs there for you. Again, as Matt mentioned, Proud Player has been running into some pretty smart horses, the likes of Holy Roller and Yippee Yi-Yo. $11 for Port Watch. We'll go over the page one more time where Glitzy is at $7.90. Got a couple of riding changes for you. And as the last few runners go in, we'll be checking race 7, number 12, which is Notorious Prince. In this race is Danny Fram. And Swell Style is Wayne Wheat as aboard Swell Style number 15. That's the latest in riding information. The big race from Tamworth is brought to you by Olympic Video Gaming, our good friends supporting racing on Sky Channel. Now for his call of the big one, we join Kim Stewart.
Alata Lad comes forward. Reaffirmed is out of line along with Notorious Prince. Troy Brandenburg, of course, on board Alata Lad. He's our local jockey riding in the Cup here this afternoon. Darren Bevan didn't take long to make his presence felt. He took out the previous event on Seismic, number 3. Just nutting out Grant Cooksley in a great go to the line. Now let's have a look here. Still 3 to be boxed here at Tamworth for the running of the 1997 Tooheys Tamworth Gold Cup. Treasury Chips is being led forward. It's not a good name, it's not easy to say, especially in the cold weather. Notorious Prince is away. Now, he comes forward, Notorious Prince, and we wait only on the Keith Swan trained reaffirmed to complete the line, and they'll be set to go. Reaffirmed comes up, and they're just about set. Reaffirmed moves in. They're at the 1400 metre mark now. Sweet Consort has drawn the inside. She'll run favourite. Darren Beedman on board. And they're ready to go. All set for a start of the Cup. Ready to run. Here comes the starter. Picks up the button. There's just a little bit of movement there towards the inside. Some of these have been in there quite a while now. They're set. They're waiting for the light. There it is. They're off and racing, and it was a perfect dispatch in the Cup, although Glitzy came out the back, and so too did Notorious Prince and Top Shot. Double Angle was the quickest one away, and getting out smartly to Port Watch and Alata Lad, and also showing pace in the early part is Zess. Proud Player is up there in that division with Hands Twice, and they were followed then by Northern Emperor. Just in behind them then came Sweet Consort, settling on the inside of, on the outside there of it, Loudspeaker. 3 parts of a length off, then came Glitzy, followed by Treasury Chips. The next one further afield, Swell Star with Notorious Prince, Lucky to Be. Reaffirmed is next to last, and Top Shot is at the tail, and they're strung out at the 800 metre mark where Alata Lad leads them. He leads them by about a half length over Zess on the inside. 3/4 of a length off, then came Proud Player, covering up Hands Twice. Just in behind them then came Double Angle, and he's under punishment, followed further back then by Northern Emperor working closer. Then came Port Watch, shoved along, followed further back then by Loudspeaker. Now Sweet Consort has been shuffled back on the inside of Lucky to Be, going quickly. So too is Swell Style, followed by Notorious Prince, Treasury Chips, then came Top Shot, Glitzy, and last of all into the straight is Reaffirmed. They swing the bend now, and Northern Emperor in the centre of the track hits the front in the Cup at the 200, giving chase Loudspeaker. So too down the outside, Swell Star, Lucky to Be running home, and over on the inside is Sweet Consort, and also Port Watch. Port Watch in the centre, Sweet Consort, Northern Emperor, they go to the line. Look at Darren Beeben, he's taken out another big one. Sweet Consort beat on the outside, flying Top Shot on Northern Emperor. Up there too on the inside was Port Watch, followed by Treasury Chips, then came Reaffirmed, Lucky to Be. That were followed by Proud Player, Alata Lad, Hands Twice, then came Swell Style, Loudspeaker, Notorious Prince, Glitzy, then came Double Angle, and last of all was the early leader, Zess. Well, he just comes to Tamworth and he keeps knocking us over, doesn't he? D. Beeben, a brilliant ride on Sweet Consort, hands and heels to the line, and he's taken out the Cup. Number 2, Sweet Consort, D. Beedman is first. Number 2, Sweet Consort, D. Beedman will be first, and the judges call for the photo to determine the second and third place getters. Now, it's a great charge to the line. In the middle, Northern Emperor, Port Watch was there, and Top Shot came rattling down the outside, and I think it might have got second, but there's no doubt about the winner, number 2, Sweet Consort. Top Shot, I think, will just get second over Port Watch, and Northern Emperor is there as well, but we'll stand by for the minor placings there. But number 2, Sweet Consort, makes it 2 in a row for Lee Rowan and also Phil Anderson. They won this race last year with Rocker Hula, a half-sister or a half-brother to Sweet Consort, and now the mare has come out and won the Cup for 1997. Number 14 gets second, and that is Top Shot, ridden by Peter Losh, and in third place, number 9, and that was Northern Emperor. A big run, ridden by P. Falvey. So the winner, Sweet Consort, a 5-year-old chestnut mare by New Regent from Sweet Hit, raced by LR, Mrs. JM, Miss LJ and RAC Rowan, along with KF and Mrs. MJ Gollan, Phil Anderson of Broadmeadow, the trainer, Darren Beedman, the rider. Second place went to number 14, which was Top Shot, a 5-year-old bay gelding by Tusac from Omni, raced by R. Langfield, Bruce Flick of Coffs Harbour, the trainer, Peter Losh, the rider, and in third place, number 9, Northern Emperor, a 7-year-old chestnut gelding by New Regent from Empress Star, raced by B.H. Pond, SRG and Mrs. G.M. Liddell and B.L. Harland, Eric Sanford of Broadmeadow, the trainer, P.J. Falvey, the rider. Officially fourth went to number 8, Port Watch, and the winner won by a half length with a head separating second and third. A half length by a head. Now the time, 1:22.12. 1:22.12, which is only 2/100ths of a second outside the race record set in this race by Marmy's Girl back in 1988. So a brilliant win, a brilliant ride to Darren Beadman as runners come back to scale following the running of the 1997 Tooheys Tamworth Gold Cup.
What a super performance, hands and heels. A little horse is Sweet Consort, but proves too strong. 5-year-old mare winning her 9th start. Prize earnings now will be heading towards $140,000. A break on Sky, back with more on Tamworth Gold Cup Day.
Then you only had to go around into the betting ring, and as I said, every man and his dog was talking Sweet Consort going into the race. She did have some pretty good form on the board, though, leading into the race. I've got one of the winning owners with me right now before he heads off to the presentation, and I can see them gathering over there, so I'd better make it quick. Keith Gollan, congratulations. What an exciting moment for you.
Yes, it was. It was a really good run. I mean, she got into a bit of trouble, and Darren Beadman got her through the holes and got her home.
How did you secure the services of Darren Beadman? Because he hasn't been riding this horse recently, Sweet Consort.
Well, as soon as we accepted with her, we rang him and asked him if he'd ride. He said yes, he'd come up and ride her. So, I mean, she had good form, so there was no reason why he wouldn't.
How good's he going, Darren Beadman? He just rode it perfectly.
He did, because it wasn't an easy ride. It wasn't an armchair ride. She got knocked down, and then she got shuttled back through the field, but he found the openings.
Keith, have you had your eye on this race for a while? She won at Canterbury 2 starts back, I think, and ran that big race at Rose Hill behind that good filly of Bartsdane Ripper. Was this always the plan, the Tamworth Cup?
It was sort of in the back of our minds. It was not always our number 1 plan. We were looking at a race next Friday at Scone, but Lee won the Tamworth Cup last year with Rockahula, which is a half-brother to Sweet Consort, so he was keen to come back and repeat the days.
Great story, isn't it? So that's back-to-back for the trainer, and as you say, a close relative of last year's winner, Rockahula, winning it today. Congratulations. We've got to go, because I know you've got to go over to the presentation and enjoy the moment.
Thank you very much.
Keith Gollan there, Brendan. He's the winning trainer of Sweet Consort. He's just picked up the first prize money of the race, $42,000. That's not too bad, is it?
Great prize money, taking prize earnings for Sweet Consort beyond $165,000 so far in her career. Cobram, that's the scene we're about to see trackside as they score up.